So my name is Paddy Morris. I did the MS Readathon in the late 80s and I won a rather wonderful prize at the time. It was actually second prize. I used to be a very avid reader and it was great to have something like the MS Readathon where I could raise a bit of money for charity and have an outlet. I can't remember the exact number of books, but I read so many that I had to get a second form, cut up the second form, take off the bit of it that allowed you to list the books you'd read and sellotape it to my first form. So essentially I read so many books that I had to fill out 2 forms. I can remember my favourite book at that time, and I actually have it here. So it was George's Marvellous Medicine. It was my favourite book. It was also my brother's favourite book, and it wasn't my parents' favourite book because one day we decided to make George's Marvellous Medicine, and they were over at our farm sheds. Took every single thing we could find in the house, threw it into a vat, and made the medicine. So maybe read the book, but don't make it. So when I was a kid, I read every single Roald Dahl book, and I have them all here, signed by the man himself. He launched the first Readathon 30 years ago, and his wife Felicity launched it this year, so it's just really great to be part of it this year. So the prizes at the time, well, the first prize was a computer. I think it was a Commodore 64 or an Amstrad, something like that. The second prize which I won was all Roald Dahl books signed. And it's interesting, even if you look at this year, you still have an iPad as one of the prizes and also Roald Dahl books, so there's a lot of similarities 30 years later. Reading was very important to me. I was never that big into sports, so having something like this where you could raise money for charity and be part of something and talk to people about what you were doing with your hobbies, which was reading for me, was absolutely wonderful. It was also a great way to raise money for a really good cause like MS, and also to raise awareness, which I think is very important as well, because I wouldn't have known about MS until I did the MS Readathon. So I always had a great time doing the Readathon. I always enjoyed reading the books and getting the sponsorship, and the prizes at the end are always great as well, even if you didn't win the grand prize. So this year I'll be signing up again for the 30th year. So I was always an avid reader, and it worked out really well for me. I ended up in a career where my day job now is editing a magazine, which I wouldn't be able to do quite as easily unless I'd been a reader when I was young. I also, as a teenager, wasn't so much into Roald Dahl, but started reading lots about politics. So I've also run political campaigns and referendum campaigns in my spare time, and all of the reading I did as a teenager helped me with that when I was an adult. So it was great to read the books, but it was also absolutely wonderful to be able to make a small contribution towards raising funds for people living with MS in Ireland. So the prize draw was on the Den. I remember it like it was yesterday. Myself and my whole family were sitting down watching it, just kind of more hopeful than anything else. But we all remember it being taken out because I'd read so many books, I'd sellotape 2 forms together. So as soon as Ian Dempsey took it out of the drawer, my mother was like, "Oh my God, you've won. We can see the sellotape." And we're like, no, it can't be us, it can't be us. And then he read out my name, and I'd won the second prize, which was all the Roald Dahl books. One of the happiest moments of my life. So I'm Paddy Morris. I did the Readathon 30 years ago and read loads of books. I raised vital funds for people with MS, and you can sign up today at msreadathon.ie.